Hello! In this lesson, I'll show you how to create a responsive navbar. In order to do this, I made the UI version in Adobe XD, which will serve as the project guide throughout this short lesson. To get along quickly with this course, you will need basic HTML, CSS, and JavaScript knowledge. First, we'll use HTML to build our project structure. At some point, we'll add CSS styling by making sure it appears nicely on almost every screen sizes. And finally, we'll add JavaScript functions that will respond to user click on small and big screens. So let's dive into it. We need to make our HTML declaration, and to do that, we're going to use the header tag as the parent tag for the navbar. And after we do that, we need to also still declare another div by giving it the class of navbar. So now that we have our div, I always like to leave comments in every of my div so that I can always have track of the opening and the ending tags. So we can just give these the header wrapper. At the end, we just put the end. And once we have this, then we can declare all our structure inside this very div. The first thing we want to cater for will be our logo. Now you can see that we have two types of logo. So we need a container to house the two types of logo. So I'm just going to say class of logo. Then I can just repeat this same thing here. Can just have the logo on it. Once we have the logo, then also at the end of the tag, we can then have the logo end. Now inside this very tag, we can declare the logos that we have. So for us to do that, the logos need to be clickable. So we'll use the A tag. We don't have a link yet. Then we can use the image tag. Now we'll just put the file part. So I'm just going to say asset. So I have a folder called asset folder. You can see, so in the asset folder, we have the images that will be used. So I'm just going to say asset, then image, we want the logo one. So, and we need to also give it class of logo one. So as you can see, we have the logo one displaying. So we can duplicate this for the logo 2. I'm just going to change the class to logo 2, then change this to logo 2. You can see that we have the two logos. We've been able to declare the structure for our logo. So the next thing is we need to be able to declare our lists. This very list here. And for us to be able to do that, we also need to declare a div, but this time around the div we have menu list class. So we can copy our comment here and just have it and say menu list. This is not the end. Going to bring the end here. Inside the menu list, we're going to have some set of groupings as well. So we need to group this with the icon. We need to be able to group this last one as well with the icon. And for us to do that, I'm just going to say class of dropdown. So we can just have drop down. So this is going to be the drop down whenever the user click on mobile. So in the drop down, we need to have another div, which is going to be the drop down link. Now inside the drop down link, we're going to have two things. We would have another div that is going to have the explore, then our image tag. The image tag, we have the expand image. We have the expand. You can see it here. So the next, we need to declare all this content that will be under. And for us to declare the content, we need to just have drop down list. So we're going to have drop down list. Now in this drop down list, we have to group all these things together as well. We can then say drop down list item. So let's have drop down list item. So in the item, we're going to have a tag, which is going to be the link. You can have technology in that. Then following by a p tag, which is going to be the paragraph. You can say how to impact people. So we can see that we're having something similar to what we're expecting. Then we need to duplicate this item so we can have the second that just have technology. Okay, so now we have the drop down container that will be toggle when the user try to click. The next set of things we need to have is how it works and about us. And quickly declare that under the drop down. So we can declare our a tag and just have how it works. Then the other a tag and just have about us. Following these two things, we have another impact. So what we can just do is to copy this drop down. Just duplicate it here. So what's left for us right now is to be able to create this portion. We've created from here to this point. So we need to be able to declare our structure for those two. To do that, we're just going to come under the end menu list and make a new sign up class. So in the sign up class, we're going to have another grouping. Remember, we have this cat and we have this button. So which means we need two groupings. So the way to do that is we need to declare the a tag. Now in the a tag, we'll have two things. We have image. The image is going to be the cat's image. It's going to be the shopping cart. You can say shopping cart icon. If we save it, you can see that we're already seeing the shopping cart. The next is we need to be able to display the number of the item. So we can store that in a span and just give it 12. You can see the 12 already. The next is we need to declare a link for the button. So you can just say sign in. And just say sign in. The last thing we need to be able to add is on mobile the Hamburger Menu. So we can just under this also just add an image, then locate where we have the Hamburger Menu. The Hamburger Menu is going to be this one. If you save, you can see that we have almost everything that we want. So the cool thing is, just with a glance, we can use this comment to trace the beginning of a tag and the end. So I think let's add to this last part, and let's just give it sign up. Then we just need to put the end. At this point, we can clearly just say which closing tag belongs to an opening tag with the help of our comment. And right now, this is much like the structure that we need for our code to run. With our CSS, we'll be able to add more flesh to our project. And that's what we'll be working with in the next video. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.